Okay, welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. What happened today? We're going to cover in this video the weekly chart, the daily chart. I'm going to show a trade that I did. And we'll talk about the trade of the day. Now, one thing I want you to notice right away is on the Stochastic Momentum Index, I have some logic in here that looks at divergence. If divergence begins to show up, and we can see it's happening right here. That's what these dots are. And we got a couple, 3 white dots and a red dot. That means whenever you start seeing yellow and red come in the dots, divergence is starting to get a little bit longer and a little bit lengthy. And sure enough, we can see that this indicator, was tracking down, right? While the price, for the most part, on the average was going up, right? So there's some divergence going on here on the weekly chart. Now that makes sense because we got this weekly low of July 16th, which I think, is still a week away. There is some data that suggests there's, I've been talking about this for practically like the last week-ish. There's some data suggesting there's going to be a big move in the market, so I still think that's very possible. Okay, so obviously this is the first candlestick of this week, the weekly charts. Not much going on there yet. The range is only a little tiny 37. All right, let's take a look at the daily chart. So this is the daily chart, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 down days. This one was barely an up day, opened at 4437 and closed at 4445. So, it closed up about 8 points maybe from where it opened. Both the MACD here and the Stochastic Momentum Index are suggesting more price decline. So on the daily chart, you can see the cycle low here is for July 18th. Okay. Makes sense since the weekly chart is showing the week of July 16th. Makes sense that some date within that week would show up here, right? And it does. And the cycles look pretty good here. They're at least reasonable. Let me just clear the screen here a little bit. Look at these cycles just really fast. Yeah, the cycles are pretty good, right? You got this coming down into here. This little pullback right here. Green pullback there, and this one in the yellow. And it's all these cycles look to be spot on. So, got 3 different cycles going on here. Purple, yellow, and green. But from my observation, all of them seem to be doing pretty well. They're hitting on at least in recent history, they all seem to be hitting their cycle lows pretty good. So I got no reason to doubt that July 18th, approximately within a few days, should be the cycle low. All right, here's a trade that I made last night, kind of late, up doing my thing. And I traded this product 6E, been trading this lately. And you can see here $600. So, for those that want to know, do I use my service? Do I use my own streaming charts and all the other stuff that the members use? Yeah, I do. Now, the members get the S&P 500 because that's a very popular product. But I use the same exact techniques. The GITTIS Plus indicator, which is my own indicator, right? I mean, this happens to be a 5-minute chart. So, we're not seeing the alerts from Sunday, which this is a futures product. There were actually, I'm certain to say that there was a little alert here and an alert here. But, I traded this product. I looked at multiple time frames, and I highly suggest to my members, always be aware of multiple time frames: weekly, daily, hourly, 15-minute, 5-minute. It may seem like a lot of work, but you're going to become a much better trader if you're aware of all the different time frames. So when I was trading this product, which is the Euro FX futures, I looked at the daily, the hourly, and the 5-minute. Okay, I was very aware. Matter of fact, I even looked at the weekly before I started trading. So it really helps to know all the different time frames. So the same thing happens on the S&P 500 streaming charts that go to the members. Okay, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour. So be encouraged. You see me here using my own service, my own GITTIS Plus indicator, and multiple time frames and cycle analysis. Yes, it works. Here's a $600 profit. It happened really late last night when I was up doing my thing. Okay, so be encouraged. For those that are interested in membership, stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how to join. Okay, here we are on the 5-minute chart for the trade of the day for the S&P 500, and this is the futures product. I saw around 10:20 here is when this alert came in right here. Okay, so really nice actually. Even though the MACD is really pointing down, you got to be super cautious right there of the way that MACD is at the bottom there. At this point, that MACD was looking, like it wanted to go down more. But I see that the SMI was curling up. So, with this type of alert, I probably would have gone long right here on this candlestick and picked up whatever these points are right here. Looks like about, 5 to 7 points. You got to remember today was a very tight range day, right? 37 points, I think. And that's fine. Pick up these 5 to 7 points. And then when it got up here and, pulled back kind of early, especially you see this little doji right here. Let me just spread this out a little bit. After taking these 5 or 7 points, when you get a candlestick like that right there, that doji, well, it's not really doji. It's kind of a hammer. You really want to pay attention because there's at least a decent chance there'll be a pullback. And there was, and the SMI rolled over. Now with the MACD being so wide down in there, and at that point below the zero line, be cautious. Get ready for a trade to the short side. And sure enough, it happened. And what a trade. So that's how I would have handled and traded this. I would have, there's a couple other ways you could have done this, and it's just not trade this upswing at all and wait for it to pull back because the MACD was so strong down. That's a little bit risky to take a long side trade when the MACD is like this strong. But there's, that's 2 ways you could do that. You could be a little more patient and trade the big pullback, or you could trade a little bit of this, pick up some coin right here, and then make bank right there, yeah? So to me, that was really the big trade that stood out from the day. Obviously, this was really nice too. I don't think you need to have an alert when you start seeing the MACD starts to roll over and this starts to go up, which is somewhere approximately right in there. Take the trade, right? That's about another 10 to 12 points right there. Really, really nice. So that's the trade of the day right there. All right, over here on the Discord server, this is Get a Server. You can find a link in the top comment in the YouTube video. Okay, but what I wanted to show you is this is the S&P 500 alerts that come from the streaming charts that we were just looking at, one of the streaming charts. In addition to the Get Us Plus indicator showing up on there, the alerts come to the Discord server. Okay, and here was that 5-minute alert that came in exactly at 10:20. So, the members are getting alerted to that. So this is what the members can get, and they can turn on notifications to any of these channels, right? They just right-click and set their notification options. If they don't want to get notified about gold, they just don't turn it on. But I trade gold from time to time, and there's crude oil for those that want to trade those. Alerts coming for those. Stock alerts, these are top 30 S&P 500 and NASDAQ stock symbols going here. There's a lot of symbols going in there throughout the day, but this is the nature of trading. You pick out the ones that you think are really good and have, usually a lot of my members are trading options. So if you're trading options, you're looking for some of the very optionable stocks, well, then you want to be paying attention to the stock alerts because they could potentially really help you set up a trade, right? And then daily alerts, this would be more for swing trades instead of doing intraday for those that are a little bit more busy. For instance, today, you got TMOS came in, okay? And also, so did MRK. All right. So those are things that for intraday, for swing traders that don't want to get too busy for intraday stuff. Okay, and the premium symbols here, I'll talk about that in a second. So if you like what you're seeing in this video, you want to become a member, like I said, click on the first comment in the YouTube video that's pinned to the top. It's going to bring you to the Get a Server. You click on server subscriptions. You're going to get this web page. Guys and gals, $7.99. You saw the kind of profit I made on a trade through my own service, $600. Now, granted, some people have much smaller account sizes than me, so they may not make $600. What if you made $60? That pays for 7 months worth of trading. you know, a lot of my members, they make one trade, it pays for the membership for the whole year or 6 months. Okay. It's just, you know, I keep it inexpensive because who wants to be worried about how they're going to come up with membership every month? I just want my members to be able to focus on making good trades, make some bank, and not have to worry about the membership. That's why I keep the price low. Okay. All right, and lastly, I covered most of this already, but if you want to pause the video, you can. This is everything that comes with the membership on the Discord server. You know, I talked about the streaming charts, the S&P 500 alerts, top 30 stocks for S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. And the premium symbols, you know, I said I'd touch on that. The same GITIS Plus logic that shows up on the streaming charts for the members, at the end of the day, goes and gets the symbols for the futures, stocks that are optionable, industries, which include sectors and subsectors, because, you know, we know big funds are rotating their money out of the different industries and sectors, right? And then I have an algorithm that checks for any symbols that look like they might be getting set up for a short. So these are all files, 4 different files that go into the premium symbols channel. Okay, just real quick, there's actually been quite a few members joining, so welcome to members. That's great. I'm glad you're joining. Take advantage of the membership. If you want to get the nightly email, the S&P 500 chart, plus I give a paragraph approximately of my opinion about what I think the market's going to do. It's a nightly email. Make sure you drop your email address into the emails only channel on the Discord server, okay? And of course, everybody gets the YouTube videos. All right, everybody, hope you're having a great day. Happy trading. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.